In the summer of 2023, 20 castaways prepared for the biggest game to date. They were split into either the Vengeance or the Vendetta tribe, but not before finding out that they would be playing the game with a partner. Some of them were connected closely as significant others or siblings, while others met for the first time that day. Regardless of the connection, no one was safe from the bloody 3-day battle that lay ahead. The extreme elements pushed castaways further than ever before, while also facing game-changing twists and turns that forced them to adapt or find their torch snuffed. All this while navigating complex social dynamics, putting real relationships to the test. Out of the 6 that remain, 4 are rookies to the game. However, they have proved they are anything but amateurs. Luke, the former Survivor Dearborn crew member, entered the game ready to test himself on the other side of the camera. He was a powerhouse in challenges, helping push the Vengeance tribe to an undefeated day 1. On day 2, he went head-to-head with Josh, declaring his war on the game's closest relationships. Meanwhile, Luke was connecting with his partner, John, an allyship that would eventually change the trajectory of the game. However, after being blindsided last Tribal with John's elimination, will Luke be able to trust his supposed allies, or will he have to force his way into the finals by building onto his 2 immunity wins? Eli. After being medevaced from his first live game, Eli came into this season looking to push himself like never before to claim the victory, and was prepared to cut anyone that would get in his way. On day 1, he integrated himself into an alliance led by Tyler, which would eventually dictate the pre-merge of the game. Once the moment was right, Eli cut his number 1, flawlessly flipping to the alliance's growing opposition. Despite flipping, he still held his former ally's favor, to a point where he was gifted a free idol from Allie, before sending her home shortly after. After slithering his way into the final 6, Eli faces the endgame with an idol, and has proved his challenge ability with 2 on his resume. But will his cutthroat game be respected by a jury full of his victims? Aubrey. After watching her sister play Fresh Meat, Aubrey entered Bad Blood looking to make her own mark on the game. From day 1, she quickly became a tribal council veteran, attending every single one. She was not just surviving them, but she was building bonds and leading votes from behind the scenes. Aubrey has never had her name written down, despite attending the most tribal councils along with her ally Hannah. She has played a bold, yet cunning game. Will she match her sister's legacy and find a way into the final 3? And if so, can she bring her game from the shadows into the spotlight? Carrie. The pressure was on from the jump as Carrie was paired with Josie for their out-of-game connections to previous winners. Their partnership was immediately tested at Exile, resulting in Carrie receiving an idol which she secretly used to save Josie. This decision has haunted Carrie throughout the game, causing mistrust and making her a common target at tribal councils. But Carrie endured. She fought for a tribe swap advantage at Exile, survived her exclusion from the safety chain, and maneuvered through a split vote. The Queen of Exile now finds herself in a unique position, and with a blossoming allyship with Zoe, will she be able to persist and claim the title for her underdog game, or will she fall just short of the finish line? 2 veterans also returned for redemption. Hannah. After being timidly sent home unanimously at her first tribal council last season, Hannah returned as a force. While being paired with her boyfriend of 10 years, she integrated herself into the Vendetta tribe, creating allies that would last throughout the game. After losing Josh, Hannah continued forging relationships with those who initially opposed her, allowing her to be a strong, pivotal player whose vote could dictate the trajectory of a tribal council. She was the center of big plays, yet she has managed to keep her target to a minimum. With the endgame in sight, will Hannah continue to flex her social capital to the finish line, or has her target become too big for her opponents to miss? Zoe. After a series of social and strategic blunders sent her home in Fresh Meat, Zoe returned, understanding the game on a deeper level, and was prepared to play. But for her, the game would start immediately after she was voted out first on her tribe and sent directly to Exile Island. There, a switch flipped for Zoe to play big and to play hard. Over the next 3 days, she took massive swings at big threats. Some hit, Others missed, but regardless of the result, Zoe fearlessly entered the next round, determined to make the most of her position in the game. Zoe has dodged her enemies at every turn, most recently sending John home. After 1 successful idol play and 3 immunity wins, she continues her run as one of the biggest threats for the title. Zoe has proved herself as a daring and dangerous player, but has her gameplay become a danger to herself, or will she find a way to persevere and outlast her competition? In a season like never before, the Final 6 have fought tirelessly for their spot in the game. They have outwitted and outplayed 14 competitors, but who will have what it takes to ultimately outlast and claim the title of sole survivor? This is the finale of Survivor Grand Rapids: Bad Blood.
Final 6, guys.
Final 6.
That was tough.
Guys, I'll be completely honest. I thought it was me going. I was like about to throw up. We just got back from Tribal Council where John was voted out. That was like exactly how I thought it was gonna go, so I'm happy.
We literally. It was an insanely good player.
Oh, he was so awesome.
Oh, he was fun.
That's personality.
Really quickly at the end, like as we were wrapping up, I pulled Luke aside and I said, "We're voting John. Like if you want to join."
On cameras.
I heard that people will be voting for John. I don't know if that was like a name to throw out to distract Zoe. I don't really want to go that route.
Someone else is gonna have to be the life of the party now.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. John was voted out. I had no idea. Well, Zoe told me about that, but I didn't believe her. I thought she was just throwing his name out because that's what she was being told, and we're going Zoe. I'm upset about that.
I'm so tired.
I know.
Morale is about to go down. Yeah.
Aubrey also didn't tell that to me. So our final 3 packed Aubrey, me, and John is out the window now.
We got this, so good work.
John went out, which stinks because he's such a great guy, but he was gonna win. He was gonna beat us all. So it had to be done at some point. I think that that's decent, like add to my resume. I was a pretty big part of that vote, but I don't want like everyone to know that. John, Luke, and I were kind of talking about a possible final 3, but I told Luke like I think he would have beaten us. Cool. I feel bad.
When the fight changed to John, I would have went with it. I would have went with it, but like I did that to know.
It's because I was only at 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, he just had that.
Yeah, he would have beaten. Aubrey mentioned that John will win the top 3. I mean, he made one big move, but the reason John was able to make that vote, the reason he went to exile all those times was because of me. I got Josh out. I feel like I made more moves than John. I feel like I can make my case better. This doesn't feel real.
Final 6?
Yeah.
Good job, guys. Yeah. That's so awesome.
John went out, and that's what I wanted. Another vote that I'm on the right side of, so I'm feeling good. Like, I don't want to get too confident, but I've been on the right side of every vote, I think. John was someone that I was working very closely with for a very long time. It was me, him, and Tyler. It was just me wanting to intentionally align myself with big threats, and it's hard, but we are getting to that point where I'm cutting those big threats and I'm doing what needs to be done, at least for my own game.
What do you guys think about like from here on out? Because like Zoe dressed looks good.
I was gonna say I would prefer
she's
Zoe.
racking up.
That's what I would prefer. If not, then I would prefer Carrie. I don't know where she stands ever.
There's 3 people before the final 3 that need to be voted out. Right now, like Carrie and I have established pretty good trust, and we're like still on the same page with everything. She was the first person I went to go talk to.
I was pretty confident.
Okay, good. I just knew, I had a feeling he was doing the same thing against me, so. I think Carrie has been super low-key enough to where I don't think people are really worried about her. I'm thinking her and I might go as far as we can go together.
Throwing out your name is like the easy option.
Yeah.
Because there's like you've run 2 challenges, but I don't think that's necessarily the best option.
Yeah. What are you thinking?
I have been thinking about the girls.
In my head, I would think Aubrey, just because I feel like she's calling a lot of shots. I don't know how much Hannah's like initiating, you know?
I agree.
I personally want to break up Aubrey and Hannah. I think they're a duo that's pretty strong. Either one of those girls, like, it'd be fine if they were next.
Is it okay if I'm
Yeah.
I just need water?
Oh yeah.
Well, while you're here,
Okay, I'm here. What's up?
I know that was like a hard vote out and everything, but like moving forward to the next one, do you have any like thoughts?
Being totally honest, John was my biggest threat. I feel
Okay.
like just being transparent, I feel scared now, but I'm open. That's just how I
Are
feel right
you
now. I'm feeling a little
wary
anxious.
about like Aubrey, Hannah, possibly Luke being like a close?
I'm weary of Aubrey
Throuple?
and Hannah together.
Okay.
Yes.
With Eli and Zoe, we were talking about like just potentially who would you want to maybe vote out next?
I
They
just feel
are
like
equal.
Aubrey might be the one who's like initiating a lot of
I was
stuff.
gonna say I think Aubrey's gonna be more.
Okay.
And Luke seem pretty close too.
We don't have to like make a decision at all. I
Yeah.
just want to run it by.
2 options, yeah.
Yeah.
We've noticed that Hannah and Aubrey, they have a strong bond, and that's something that worries us for sure.
Yeah. No, it's,
I just feel like, I mean, obviously he's like the most charismatic person, and his resume, like that Tyler thing was huge. And I just think
that
he
was
could've-
like that was it though.
I know, I feel really bad, but like when I said to you, like seriously, you are my number 1.
Luke seemed pretty understanding. I don't think he's like too upset that I did that, but I told Luke, and I meant this, that like I'm for real with him now.
When I say I want to go with you, I literally swear it's not because I think I can beat you. I think
Yeah.
it's because we've had
No, I think
different
we're like
games. I think we've had different games, and I think we've done well working with each other.
No, absolutely.
I would want to take him to the final 3, not because I think I can beat him, but I think we've played like different games, and I think that's what will make it interesting. I'm still pretty worried about Hannah.
I know Hannah like wants to work with me.
I think Hannah will beat us both.
I think she could too.
Hannah has mentioned to me a final 2, me and her, and I was kind of just like, yeah. No,
I think I want
you
us
would.
to be final 2 together. I've been thinking about this.
Okay.
If that's something you would want.
No, for sure.
But I don't think that should happen. I think she's beating me for sure. We've just had such a similar story, and I think that she's just done a little bit more. She's been like the best ally this whole time, but at some point, obviously, you have to do bad things.
Zoe is racking up the challenges for sure. Hannah scares me because we've had really similar games, and I
Right, and
think
she's
she
good at
has.
challenges.
She's good at challenges, and I think that she could get a lot of support from the jury. So I think that could be a good blindside to do soon,
I would agree with that.
just so that we have like a bunch of different stories in the game.
I want to get Hannah out this round. Hannah scares me. Hannah will get jury votes. Hannah is a physical threat. I was blindsided by the vote last time, but I do want to take Aubrey to the final 3 still.
I don't know. I'm scared of Hannah. Like, I think at some point, like, she has to go because I think she beat both of us.
Oh yeah.
This game is hard. It's hard to lie to people. It's hard to backstab, but I'm just hoping that everyone knows that it's a game, and I feel like everyone's doing it, so I have to keep up with people and start making some big moves.
I thought it was a tough one right at the end.
No, you're fine. I like.
Tongue
Yeah.
fake is so.
I like. No, you're. I thought the entire time was for Zoe. When we got back to camp, I tried to play it off like I knew it, and I just couldn't write John's name down, but I had no idea. He saved my ass. Like, I would have picked my heart.
I know.
If I like voted for him, it's
Honestly,
like,
like, if-
I'm gonna skip on my position in the game right now. After that, I don't like where I am right now. I need to win this next challenge very badly, and hopefully get Hannah out. Hannah needs to go next, so that's what I'm gonna try to do. I'd say Hannah's good thing about right now. Hannah, like, she would get jury vote.
I think she could get a lot of.
And she can win challenges.
I still have Allie's idol, which Hannah did pull me aside and she said that Allie told her. I just expressed that of all people that were left in the game, she was the one that I would want to know about it.
Is that true?
That is true, yes.
And I know, like her and I.
Can I confess? Hannah's my next threat in this game that I want to use as a shield. If I can get through a few more rounds with her, then they would be, as a tribe, more willing to vote her out over me. I love Hannah, but I haven't been playing this game based on relationships, and I don't plan on starting now.
Hey,
It worked out.
we voted out John. It's really sad to see him go, you know? He was such a good guy and he was really the life of our tribe and I'm gonna miss him for sure.
I could not have like looked him in the eye if I voted for him. Like, I would have been so sad.
I know.
Moving forward, you're talking about Zoe next just because she won the challenges.
Like, it has to. Oh, there's so many bugs on that leaf. It has to be somewhere.
What do you guys think from like here on out?
Earlier people were saying Zoe, so I don't know.
What do you want to do?
I mean, I think she's won 2 challenges, so I definitely think that is a threat.
Yes, yeah.
I'm starting to think Aubrey and Luke are like starting to want to do their own thing together and not do it with me. I don't know, maybe it's me being paranoid, but that's like a gut feeling that I have.
She needs to get some challenge.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be happy to go with Zoe, but if they're going to turn on me, then I wouldn't want to go with them. If they're not going to, obviously, I don't want to turn my back on people that could potentially get me to advance in the game. So my head's kind of in a pretzel right now. Yeah, we'll see. When I presented to Aubrey to for us to go together to the end, she didn't seem very enthused. I was expecting her to say oh yeah, let's do it, and I was thinking the same thing, or something that was reassuring, and I did not get that. That made me kind of nervous, because I thought we were bent together the whole time. Right now, my best ally is Eli, and I'm really happy about it. I know Eli has an idol, and the two of us have agreed to go to the final 2 together. He's like, I'm so glad that you know I have the idol. I would love to see you and I in the end. That's more what I expected from Aubrey, and I didn't get it. Considering John's gone, and now I'm unsure about Aubrey, I think that's my best bet. I don't know. I don't know if I'm being paranoid. I don't know if I should be. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, keep talking to people, and I can only know what people tell me, so.
Alright, come on in. You guys can. Alright, final 6. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Doing alright? You ready for your final 6 individual immunity challenge? Alright, Luke, I will take it back. Thank you for helping
You're welcome.
out. Immunity is back up for grabs. For today's challenge, we are going to be doing somewhat of a real Survivor classic. Another 3D printed from former cast member and current production member John Urbanek. You'll start off with a base and a tennis ball and a stick, and you'll be holding onto that. At different increments, we will add a different pole to your stack until your tennis ball is above you. The last person with their tennis ball still on their platform will win individual immunity, guaranteed spot at the final 5. In the final 6, let me reiterate, we are playing for a $150 Venmo prize, as well as bragging rights for the Season 6 winner. Worth playing for?
Yeah.
Our sponsor for this challenge will be Brooke Mills. She was a big fan of Fresh Meat and is looking forward to watching this season. We will draw for spots. Good luck, everybody. Let's get to it. All right, final 6. You are playing for individual immunity, guaranteed spot in the final 5. Everybody grab your stick with the platform and your tennis ball. Place your tennis ball onto your platform. I will count you in at 10 seconds. By 1, ball must be on your platform, hand off. You're going to go for 2 minutes until we add it. Drivers ready. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody has their tennis ball on their platform. We'll be doing this for 2 minutes, and then we will go to our second stick. Each transition will be live. If your ball falls off at any point during this transition, you will be out. But for now, you still have about 1.5 minutes to go. We have a little bit of a breeze, which may make the challenge a little bit difficult. You drew random spots. Let's hope fate was on your side. Everybody looking good. All right, we'll start the transition. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Aubrey is out. She's the first out of this challenge. Everybody else's hands must be on theirs. Jerry is out too. We're gonna go 3 minutes with this second stick. Alright, we are hitting about 4 minutes, which means about 1 minute until you have to get your next stick. I'm gonna count you in. 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, Zoe drops, 3, Hannah drops, 2, 1, down to Luke and Eli, just like that. Now we are going to 8 minutes before we add our final run to your tower. Eli's ball right on the edge, so is Luke's. A little bit of a breeze picking up. 6 minutes. May feel like you've been out here forever. Focus in. Ignore me. Kind of annoying. A minute and a half until you have to add your next run. Alright, we will begin our transition. Again, this is a live transition. It falls. 10 seconds. 10, 9, and must be below the white line. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Eli drops. Luke wins individual unity shot at the final 5. Great challenge. Lasted for 8.5 minutes. 8 minutes. Luke, congratulations. Come get it. Immunity is yours. Guaranteed spot at the final 5. You cannot be voted out at tonight's tribal council. Congrats. Join your tribe again. As for the rest of you, 5 of you are vulnerable and have a chance at going home and becoming a part of the jury. I'll see you guys soon. Head back to camp. Thanks.
Vote last time, I was blindsided by that. I knew I needed to win, and this was a no-brainer. I had to win this challenge to stay in. It was pretty amazing. It's my 3rd individual immunity win. Who knows what'll happen? Because I was in the last round. I don't feel confident anymore, so I need to win from here on out. We just got back from the last challenge, which I won again. I know that. A lot of physical threats throughout the game, so that's good for my play. This was also part of my game plan. I think I am strong at individual immunity challenges. I tried downplaying that the entire game just so I would be in this position right now. Yeah, it feels good to win. I'm against people who I think are weaker at challenges, except for Hannah maybe Zoe too. I think I can force myself into the top 3 by winning if my alliances don't go my way. I want to go Hannah.
I do too.
I don't know if we will.
I think we will.
I see Hannah as a bigger threat right now. Hannah is a physical threat. She's maybe the last one left. I think Aubrey would go for her. I think Zoe would maybe go for her.
I think Zoe and Carrie could flip. I think we need to tell Zoe that her name's out there because I think it's going to be. I am glad Luke won. He is my closest ally right now, and so definitely helps to have one of us protected. I think our alliance is kind of like under the radar right now. There's obviously only 5 of us who can get voted out, so everyone's name is going to be thrown around probably. I'm thinking probably Hannah. And I think we should tell Carrie. I don't know. Like, I mean, we're gonna need it. We can't do 2 or 3. Luke would be on board for that. Zoe could be on board for that because I think Zoe probably sees Hannah as a big threat. I'm good for that. I know that some people want Zoe, but I think Hannah is bigger right now.
Bigger threat right now.
I think Hannah's bigger right now.
I thought we can rope in Zoe more than we can Hannah.
I also see Zoe as a big threat, but I think Hannah's story, like I've been saying this whole time, is just too similar to mine. So I think it's time for her to go.
Aubrey and Luke have turned on me. Every time I walk over with them and Zoe, not even maybe Zoe, but I walk over with them and a few other people and everyone kind of changed the conversation and it went silent.
I will.
What I want to ask you is to suss it out.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. I'll go ask them.
I think Aubrey and Luke have turned on me. I may be paranoid, but I don't think so.
No one knows about us, I don't think.
No. I'd rather do Zoe.
I
Or
would too.
Carrie.
But if they're really gunning for me, should we split them up?
I could try to get Aubrey. I mean, Aubrey and I have been like this the whole time though. So if I'm wrong and I try to get Aubrey, then that would be bad too. Although I don't want to stand around and do nothing.
I'm gonna suss it out because if we lose
I
Aubrey,
proposed to her like us getting to the end
yeah,
kind of thing. Like I know you were like, yeah, let's do it. Like I really would love that. She was kind of like, she goes, okay. Because I was like, that wasn't the reaction I expected.
I think getting out John was a mistake. I think John would have looked out for me more so than the other 2. I didn't know. I thought Aubrey and I were really strong, but I feel like I walk up to her and Luke now and they get quiet or they change the subject to something that's totally meaningless when you could see them like whispering and all that. Or I could try to keep pushing for Zoe. I kind of don't know. I feel like I'm tired. My brain's like not working.
I mean, if that's true, and she's with Luke, and she keeps winning, I don't know.
that's true.
I know if they do try to get me out, it's because I'm a really strong player. Obviously, no hard feelings. I've been playing kind of hard. I've been backstabbing a little bit, and like I think I'm a threat. I think I've made myself a threat.
You gotta say the name. Zoe. Going into tribal, I'm hoping that me, Aubrey, Luke, and Hannah can do something together.
What's up? What's up? What up? How we feeling?
That's what I said to her just now. So, yeah. Zoe is a big threat to all of us just based on her performance in the challenges, but also I think she's kind of been downplaying how well she's been playing this game, which is concerning for me because if she is in the end, she has a good, well-rounded story. So my preference would be to get rid of Zoe.
Yeah, what are your thoughts?
Kind of same thoughts about maybe like the Hannah and Aubrey connection could be a little bit strong and something to potentially worry about.
Me and Carrie, we've been coming together right at the beginning, and then I don't really talk to her again after that, but we stay on the same page.
I also don't know where Luke's head is at.
Okay.
But I also don't have like the best bond with Luke.
The 3 group between like Hannah, Aubrey, and Luke might be kind of strong, but then also I think Hannah's close with Eli too.
Yeah.
So, but I think they all do recognize her as a threat. Talk has been getting Hannah out, so I was just glad that she didn't get immunity. We have 6, so we still need 4 to have a majority and try to avoid another tie because that just takes too long.
Yeah.
I can still be down. I think we need to just like lobby for it a little bit.
Zoe and I have talked. I think we're kind of on the same page with the Hannah and like Aubrey alliance, and I think that could get one of them out. I don't know if Luke is going to be on board with that. So I don't know.
I mean, that's mostly what we're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go chat.
I'll just chat. Yeah.
I want to chat with everyone. With this tribal, I am planning on blindsiding Hannah. We told Hannah and Eli that we're going for Zoe, which I think is believable because she definitely is a big threat in the game too.
Zoe's name was brought up a lot last time.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel about that.
I think it's an okay move. I think she's definitely a challenge threat. We were thinking Hannah.
So I genuinely do feel good about doing Zoe this round. I just want to know, like, if you feel like Zoe's a number for you.
If you and Hannah already decided Zoe, that's fine.
I would think that
I think it has to be done at some point. Okay, I don't want Zoe either.
But I thought you and Hannah were
We are,
really close.
like we
okay.
are, but like I feel like we're like too close. Our stories are just too similar, I think. Like me and Luke are for sure going for Hannah.
Okay. I don't think that me and Luke have talked a lot. We haven't worked together a lot, so I was a little wary of him.
I think Zoe has a higher chance of winning a challenge.
No, you're right.
But I feel like I can tell in how people are speaking, like whether or not they're like earnest and for sure about who they're voting for, or if they're just like being wishy-washy. I think Aubrey I trust, so if Aubrey says Luke is voting Hannah, then I believe that.
That's like in a pretzel right now.
Okay. I don't know if we really like talked
I know.
in a second.
If Aubrey and Luke aren't with me anymore, I think they could pull Zoe and carry it better than I probably could at this point. Because Zoe and I haven't. I mean, we've canoodled, but nothing that serious. But I'm gonna give it my best shot here.
I've heard your name from around.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I also heard you.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought
And
was
like Luke,
happening.
Aubrey.
I'm worried about Luke and Aubrey together. I think they're forming a very strong alliance. He keeps winning challenges. I always see them together.
People are worried about Hannah and Aubrey. The basis behind those two are that they have close pairs.
Why do you worry about Aubrey? I am now. I wasn't, but now I am. Like, do you think we should split them up?
I mean, if you think they're a strong pair,
They're a strong pair.
I mean, I want to bring them a strong pair.
I got Eli.
Yeah. Basically, people who aren't Hannah and Aubrey are worried about either Aubrey or Luke or Hannah and Eli. So it's really like the fact that there are pairs in this game. I could probably see Carrie's best because we're kind of in the same boat a second ago. People are like mentioning all these pairs, and I think me and Carrie have been talking like closely with each other a lot and have been on the same page, and I don't think anyone's caught on to that pair yet. I mean, can I touch? Hold on, can I touch base with you just 1 second? I just want to break them up.
Yeah.
I was just talking with Hannah, and she's worried about Luke and Aubrey.
That's what she told me too.
And honestly, it makes kind of sense.
Yeah.
I heard that everyone was saying my name. I heard yours and Bailey's names. Okay. As big threats.
I'm good with doing Aubrey because I think if it's Aubrey and Luke that Hannah perceives as strong, like, I trust her, so.
I would agree.
I've heard Zoe as well. That's like the main one I've been hearing.
That's the main one I've been hearing too. And then I think you got mentioned as like she's also pretty good. But I feel like most people are going to be thinking Zoe.
I feel like it's taken me a while to get a good relationship with Aubrey, and good is a loose term.
I feel the
Like,
same
I don't
way.
know if she truly is with me or if she isn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last girl at the prom. No one wants to dance with. Ugh. Sad.
Yeah, that works for me.
Okay. I need to get Hannah out right now. And I feel so bad because she's like been my biggest ally. So thank you, Hannah, because you've been the best. I think like at some point I had to do it, and I think right now we have the numbers to do it.
So you're throwing Aubrey now, I'm guessing.
Well, I think we were trying to look at like the duo between Hannah and Aubrey as like we're kind of.
Aubrey?
I think they're a strong pair. They're together.
I'm gonna go against Hannah.
Really? You think?
Yeah, there's 3 pairs. Aubrey and I, Carrie and Zoe, and Hannah and Eli. After the big vote out with John, which I didn't see coming, I'm kind of scared right now. So I need to get Hannah out. She's a big physical challenge threat. So if I eliminate her, that's one less person that I'm scared about in challenges. If Hannah goes to the end, she's gonna win. I'll be straight up.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
Like,
agree.
I think Aubrey and I were able to pull Zoe and Carrie in and vote out Hannah. We all see Hannah as a huge threat. They were also throwing around Zoe's name, so I think that should be enough to push her over the edge to vote for Hannah.
I mean, Luke said he would do it.
Yeah.
I would do it.
Yeah. I think it's like a smart move at this point
Yeah.
because and just the numbers are going to show.
I'm feeling a little nervous. I feel like there were a lot of conversations that I either was not in, or when I went up to join the conversation, it turned to small talk.
I'm gonna see what they're talking about first.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. Are you good with that? Yep. Okay. I think that's a good plan.
Okay. You know, I'm just getting the vibes that it could be me. I could see Aubrey pushing me, but I told her I'm voting for Zoe. That being said, depending on the vibe of tribal council, if I do play my idol, I don't think they're gonna know I have it, and so I might switch my vote.
Can I just ask, like, are you really close with Aubrey, or?
Not really. We're down for it.
Okay. Yeah, same. Hey guys.
Hopefully this vote goes my way. If it doesn't, it's win out for me to go home. If I lose, I'm done. I'm out. I know that. Especially, I think there's an idol in play. I don't know where it is.
I've heard my name is being thrown around.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I heard both Zoe,
Yeah.
Aubrey, and
I'm sure my name is out too.
Yeah.
No one's
Well,
ever
I
named.
like to still like work with you and
Yeah,
stuff.
no, me
so
too, yeah.
if it's between me or Zoe, I like it.
Yeah.
I like for it to be Zoe.
I'd agree with that too.
I tried to kind of like suss people out and stuff, but I got a whole bunch of nothing. I think people are throwing Zoe's name out as a decoy to me.
If you vote Zoe, that's 3. Do you know what Aubrey's vote?
Either Zoe or you.
This came out of the
I
blue
just
with
asked
Aubrey.
Carrie.
I don't even really want to vote Zoe because I like Zoe, but that's probably where I go in case it's true.
I think that the majority is definitely Hannah. We can get Zoe too as well.
Yeah, Zoe seems in.
I know my vote, I know a lot of other people's votes, and I think this should go how I intend it to, unless someone has some kind of idol they're hiding.
Sounds like we have to wrap it up. I'm for sure good, Hannah.
I am
I know Luke is good, and I know Zoe's good.
Yeah.
I hope that Luke, Carrie, and Zoe were telling the truth. I think I need to make a move for myself. I need to have like a really good resume when it comes to big moves and stuff, so I think this would be my biggest move yet.
They said you got on the Aubrey. They said you like that. Alright.
I could make a big move and ask Eli for the idol at Tribal, but I feel like I gave it a really good go, and this is just kind of how it's playing out at this point. If I'm through though, I mean, I'll keep going. I don't know, we'll have to see. I guess it's worth a shot.
Aubrey kind of led the Hannah vote, like, for sure. She just seems more adamant about getting Hannah out than Hannah did getting Aubrey out. I know my name was thrown out, so that's kind of why I'm going with that.
Luke told me he hasn't heard my name at all, but then right at the end of the canoodling, he said he was told that it was me and Hannah that were pushing out Aubrey's name. It's clear that things are being shared, so I think this might be the time for me to use it.
Alright, we'll bring in the members of our jury. Samantha, Bingo, Tyler, Sam, Allie, and John voted out at the last tribal council.
Like your fit, John.
Living his best life over there.
Alright, final 6. Jury, you are seeing the first member of your final 5. Luke won individual immunity at this last challenge. Luke, another one for your record books. How does that feel?
It does feel good to win again, but again, I'm here and I'm still scared for some reason. Every time I come here, I'm scared, but it does feel a little bit better to be wearing this thing.
So let's explore that a little bit. Is that a fear for how this vote will affect your game moving forward, or how it will affect your allies?
Kind of everything, really. It's just, like at every path of the game, I'm scared because you never know what's going to happen, what can flip, what can switch. I think if you're not scared at this point in the game, then you're doing something wrong.
By show of hands, who else feels a little bit scared that is not wearing their immunity necklace? Alright, Eli, you were runner-up in that challenge. Do you feel like you needed that today?
I would always feel like I need it, you know? Round to round, I never feel like there's a round I don't need immunity. I'm pushing myself and knowing that this is the final stretch, and that requires a little bit more mental energy maybe than what we were doing before. Strategy's getting harder, canoodling's getting harder, especially with less and less of us here. Just trying to remind myself to not give up and to consider options.
it's just like you want to make sure that you talk to everyone, but it's really easy for groups to end up being like 4 or 5 people, but that's like pretty much everyone. So you want to make sure you try to get that one-on-one time so you can really maybe get honest answers from people.
Starting off canoodling with one person, like you might have a good plan of action with that one person, but then once you talk to everybody else, that could totally change by the end.
So, Hannah, throughout these tribal councils, especially through the merge, I haven't received a lot of information about names, but it seems like a majority of people have tended to be on the same page with the past couple of votes. Is that going to be the case this time?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. It seems to me that it could go one of 2 ways today.
What are those 2 ways?
Seems like myself or Zoe.
Okay, our 2 returnees. Zoe, are you also in on that?
Those are also names that I've heard.
So, Aubrey, are you kind of cued in on that?
I've mostly heard those 2 names, but I think, again, just with only 6 of us left, like, you never know. It was a lot of one-on-one conversations, and so it would be really easy to just lie to someone if they were the one on the mix. And everyone's thinking strategically. They might be saying they think it's them just because they really have someone else in mind. You never know who's working together, because basically at this point everyone's talking to everyone, so it's hard to know.
With the final 6, you only need a couple of votes to be sent home. Do you think for this vote that you have a solid group ready to go?
I mean, I think you have to hope that you have a group, because if you just put one vote, that's not going to do anything at this point. So I think I have a group, but like I said, like, you never know what they talked about when you weren't with them.
Zoe, do you agree? Do you see like kind of groups start to form, and do you think that you're a part of one?
I think I'm a part of something. I don't know if it's the majority or if I'm just delusional, but I've talked to people that I feel like I can trust.
Trust is the best thing to have in this game. However, with so few people, it is hard to actually act upon it. We will see what happens. Hannah and Zoe, you think the names are on the chopping block? Let's put pen to paper and see if that is right. Zoe, you're up. Tally the votes. Okay, if anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so.
I don't know if I need this or not, but I don't want it anymore.
Alright. You playing this for yourself?
Oh, yes.
Alright. Eli has played seems to be a hidden immunity idol. If this is real, all votes cast for Eli will not count. This is in fact a hidden immunity idol. All votes cast for Eli do not count. I'll read the votes. First vote. Hannah. Zoe. 1 vote Hannah, 1 vote Zoe. Hannah. 2 votes Hannah. Hannah. 3 votes Hannah. 15th person vote out of Survivor Grand Rapids and the 7th member of our jury, Hannah. That's enough. That'll do it. Hannah, you came back for redemption, and I think you played the game that I knew you were capable of, and I'm really proud of you. But for now, the tribe has spoken. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for playing. Head out that way. Join the jury. All right, our first returnee is officially out of the game, leaving our final 5 remaining. You guys are almost there. Stay strong. What was Hannah's line?
We proceed.
And keep proceeding. Head back to camp. I'll see you guys soon.
Overall, this experience was really great. It tested me a lot more than I expected, and I went a lot farther than I expected. I am immensely proud of myself. I did some big moves, I worked my butt off in the challenges, and I feel like I put a lot more of myself into this game and took a lot more chances. This game takes a lot out of you, and it takes a lot to succeed, so I had such a great experience with all these people. I'm so happy to have played with them, and I wish everyone the best of luck moving forward.
Just finished tribal council and we did vote Hannah out. It's tough, like that was my closest ally the whole game, but basically since the moment we started working together, I knew that at some point if we were both still in, it was gonna have to end. So I think it was a good move, but I feel so bad about it because she was a great ally for sure.
Hannah was lead off, which is exactly what I wanted. Eli played an idol, which I had no clue about.
So Allie did give me her idol. And I played my idol. It was not needed, but I will say I was nervous, being honest with myself. I'll be straight up with you guys. I feel like I was the most nervous that I had felt so far, so that's why I played it. That was the first time in a canoodle session where people were avoiding conversation with me. And honestly, I think I know why now. I was pushing Zoe, and they did not vote Zoe. And you know, I didn't find it. It was given to me, so I mainly just wanted to get rid of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that clears it up. I do think that there is a perception that that was a bad play. That being said, I still am on the right side of the votes because I flipped to Hannah. I did say that I wanted to sit next to her, but as these rounds have gone on, is a threat to me. So it's really not personal. And I didn't tell you guys because it's.
No, I told you.
Exactly. When did she give it to you?
Yeah.
Was it
She
right
gave it to me
before?
the round she went out.
Really?
So 2 rounds ago. Carrie and Zoe, I see as the 2 threats in this game for me and my own personal game. I think Carrie is a threat because she's had a hard go-around with this game. She's been to exile multiple times. She hasn't had the chance to connect with either tribe in the ways that a lot of us were able to. And it's clear Zoe's a threat. She was underestimated. She's been very strategic. She's been leading a lot of votes, and I think she's kind of saving all of that to bring that out until the end. Honestly, Luke and Aubrey are on my radar as question marks when it comes to what side they're actually on. I haven't felt much trust with them. That being said, I think the odds of one of them being in the final 3 is getting higher and higher, but I feel confident that I could beat Luke and Aubrey. That's looking like the best final 3 for me right now, as much as I don't trust them. Final 5.
Yeah, good
job. Seriously, like, look at our small.
You know what?
I say that every time, like our circle just
It's
is
smaller,
like so small, but like, congrats.
I know.
It's seriously awesome. I've really been trying to initiate a lot of different things, and I know people are like, have been on board with me. I mean, my name has been thrown out like almost every time. I'm more worried about, because right now it's so easy. If you just flip one person, the majority's somewhere else. I want to be straight up and honest. I want us to be the final 3.
No.
Yeah. I have trusted you for like a long time. And I feel like you and I have just been vibing really well together lately. And like, yeah, I just flat out told Luke and Carrie that I want to be in the final 3 with them. We can stick in a group of 3 and have the majority going forward. If I could have it a perfect way, I would have it us 3 sitting at the end.
I agree, and I think we all have like very different stories.
That's true. I think they're trustworthy enough, and then also I do think that I could beat them.
I was just thinking during the tribal, like who would I want next? Aubrey calls a lot of shots.
Yeah.
Aubrey said she wanted to go with me, but like I see Aubrey as a threat like that. Zoe told me and Carrie that she wanted us in a final 3, but don't really know if I want that. I mean, Aubrey are tight, but I do want to take her because I feel like I have a better story than she does. I see Zoe being my biggest competition, but I want Eli to go out next. I wasn't afraid of Eli before, but like, he's gonna get Allie's vote, probably Sam's vote. He has to like go lose, like, he kind of scares me too.
Zoe just said, I want to go to the end with me and then Luke. And that was very interesting because I think we could make that happen.
I thought he was going to play for Hannah.
Yeah, I know, so did I. I was scared.
Yeah. Zoe really trusts Luke and she trusts me. Still, like, I don't have that bond with Luke. Obviously, like, I'm gonna talk to him and I want to see where his head's at because she wants it to be the three of us. Like, who doesn't want to go to the top three? So,
do you guys think Aubrey might have the merge idol?
Aubrey said she wanted to go to the end with me, so I feel like she trusts me, so she would tell me she had it. But
True.
She just didn't tell me anything yet.
we're all seeing Aubrey as a potential threat. She is more of a decision maker, I think it looks like. And then Eli, not sure where he stands, not sure how strong his alliances are. So I think either of them we could agree to vote out.
But I mean, you two are my closest right now. So.
Hannah got voted out as I expected. Everything happened as I expected, which is great because that means I'm like in the know. I would definitely be down to go to the final with Zoe and Luke for sure. I think they both played great games and I think we all have very different stories. I'm worried about how my story will play in the jury. I'm not sure if that's gonna go over well, so I've been just thinking, like, if I do get to the final three, how am I gonna spin everything I've done to get jury votes? And I'm not totally confident that I could do that, but I'm kind of just taking it one step at a time for now.
But day one, we didn't look for an idol at all because we won all the challenges.
True.
I have not even looked for an idol for 1 second.
No, I haven't.
Like, I feel like I should. Like, the whole game. Still have no votes on me, which is kind of crazy. I think out of who's left, I literally have possibly gone to the most tribal councils. I don't want votes, but I don't want it to seem like I just sneaked my way into the final three. But I just feel like I need to keep making sure that I'm proving that I deserve to be there and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. I need to win. It's either win out or go home for me. If I do not win immunity, I am by far the biggest risk for the next tribal council. I've been the biggest risk the past 2 to 3 rounds, but the second I don't win, it's me that's going. Maybe they don't see me as much of a social threat that I could win, but I need to go all out here or I'm going home. I played my strength, and I feel like I played a complete game of Survivor. I was able to break up the 3 power partners and put myself in the driver's seat. And when I need to the most, I resorted back to my biggest strength, physical challenges, and forced myself into the top 5. This next one is a absolute must win for me if I want to continue to try to get to the end of this. So, no pressure.
Right. Alyssa, thank you for walking in our shot.
Come on, I'm
Camera.
contributing for once.
Whoa!
Producer!
No big deal.
Alright, ready? Yeah. Come on in. Oh, thanks, Alyssa. Come on in. Final 5. How are we doing?
Good.
Good. Are you guys ready to get to your challenge?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
All right, Luke, I will take it back. Immunity is back up for grabs. Now, Survivor Dearborn and Survivor Grand Rapids both notoriously have a very intense Final 5 challenge, and this will be no different. What you guys are going to do, you will start off behind the blue line throwing a tennis ball to knock down your pieces. Once all your pieces are knocked off of your board, you will collect them and run around the barn to find your puzzle station over there. You will then try to attempt to solve 9 columns that you will have to stack up to equal an even top. First person to correctly solve their puzzle will win individual immunity, guaranteed spot at the final 4, 1 spot closer to pleading your case at the final tribal council. Losers, one of you will be voted off and become a member of the jury. This is very important, and I'm sure that you guys are feeling the pressure. Let's draw for spots and let's get to it. All right, final 5 individual immunity challenge. We have Aubrey, Eli, Carrie, Luke, and Zoe playing for a guaranteed spot in the final 4. This is a big challenge. You are going to earn it today. First ones complete their puzzle wins. Survivors ready? No! First stage is to throw your tennis ball at your puzzle pieces. Luke knocks it down. These puzzle pieces have to be all off of your board. It's going to be tough. Aubrey trying to roll it. Eli with a big knockoff. The balls are going to be bouncing everywhere. Try not to get in each other's ways. Carrie rolls it. She knocks a bunch down. Oh. Aubrey with a big knock. Zoe not with any luck right now. A lot of back and forth going on. Luke trying to make strategies. A lot of various strategies. This is just the first part of the challenge. You still have to complete this puzzle. Physically, you will be exhausted. Mentally, you are about to be exhausted. And emotionally, I sure hope that you are exhausted. That means you've been playing hard. Eli with 5 remaining now. Carrie with 6 remaining. Eli with a big hit, 2 remaining now. Zoe's ball not doing anything she wants it to do. Eli knocks all of his pieces off. He can start going on his puzzle. Very good. Luke way over. Eli has a big lead right now. Let's see if he's capitalizing on it. He has started his puzzle. Conditions everything. He is starting to line everything up. Meanwhile, back over on this side of the pole barn. Luke still not having much luck. Aubrey finally knocks 2 big pieces down. 5 remain on hers. Carrie just over her piece. Zoe has made progress. She knocks another piece down. Luke down to 2. Zoe with 3 left. Carrie still at 5. Big learning curve to this part of the challenge. Even bigger learning curve to the puzzle. Zoe's ball bounces right over her piece. Carrie's ball. Luke with another bullet finally knocks one off. He has 1 piece left. Carrie with some throws. Luke with the shot. Way over. Eli, when you're done, call me over. Does not look like he's about to be though. Boom! Knocks his last piece off. He can start working on his puzzle. Luke starting at the green table. Luke coming around. Shirt full of puzzle pieces. Looks like Eli might have something working on.
Oh my God.
Hustle hard, you guys are still in this. Aubrey knocks one down. 2 apiece for the girls up front. Puzzle will be completely blocked. Aubrey with the big bounce. Zoe Both Eli and Luke know what it is like to wear individual immunity. They know what it is like to feel safe at Tribal Council. And that was earlier in the game. This is Final 5. This is one step closer to that final Tribal Council where they will be able to plead their case in front of the jury. They know how much this means and how important this is. Meanwhile, our girls are giving it their best effort. Do not give up. Zoe knocks hers off. Zoe moving on. Zoe joining our puzzlers. Aubrey and Carrie, you are still in it as well. Do not give up. We have some puzzlers struggling over there. Carrie moving on. Now it is just Aubrey. Aubrey has 2 puzzle pieces left. Everybody over at their puzzles except for Aubrey. Aubrey, keep it up. Carrie is back with her puzzles. Zoe laying out her pieces, Carrie just hopping right into it. Both girls have a lot of time to make up. Both Luke and Eli have had time to study this puzzle, but much like me in college and high school, studying didn't always help. And Aubrey is still also in it. She is working. A tough puzzle. Final 5 is always tough. Zoe seems to have something working. Luke has something working. Eli looks like he disassembled a lot of what he had originally. Was it a good move? Zoe's puzzle coming together. Carrie looks like she has stuff working. Luke is back in it. Eli had a big lead. We'll see if it pays off.
Sit down.
John is giving me the go-ahead. Luke has won. Final 5, individual immunity. Guaranteed spot in the final 4.
Nice job.
Aubrey, you are good.
Almost had it.
All right, Luke, another great challenge. Come get it. You have a spot in the final 4. Congratulations. As for the rest of you, one of you will be voted out in joining the jury. We are getting down to it. Make this round count. I'll see you guys soon. Head back to camp. Good luck.
I knew that challenge was a do or die for me. Man, that was tough. That was by far the toughest challenge I've had to do so far. Eli was phenomenal. He got a huge head start on that puzzle, which freaked me out. So Eli was the biggest threat to me. But yeah, I was able to come out on top.
Front side, back side. Yeah.
I'm excited to watch the puzzle part on TV.
Yeah.
I don't even get to see that. That challenge was terrible. I just couldn't get those last 2 off. I think I should have switched my strategy up earlier. basically just ran straight for like 17 minutes, so I'm exhausted from it. But you gotta keep moving. Again, Luke wins. That's good and bad for me. At this point, he's my closest ally left. But now he's starting to scare me because he's won 3 in a row now. So he's gonna be strong, especially if he gets to the final 3. But not really something to think about now because he obviously has immunity.
I guess do you wanna
There's obviously only 4 people you can vote for, and when you're talking to one person, you're basically just gonna say the other people.
After last round, I feel like I don't know, I was feeling nervous last round. I still am nervous.
No, yeah. Your name didn't come up at all last round, I will tell you that.
Okay.
We just didn't tell you about Hannah because we thought you guys were close.
Got it. The reason I wasn't in on the Hannah vote was because they all felt that I was close to her. So, yeah. I am unfortunately going to have to take a little bit more of a backseat here. I'm one person. I would like to see Union live.
Yeah.
Like, ideally. Ideally has been a threat to me for a while.
Yeah.
Like, even last round. Like, so I'm still down to vote Zoe.
I would be.
And then I think that would be my preference. I've been gunning for Zoe for a while, and they know that. This wasn't like a fresh, out of nowhere, last minute scramble, so.
I think I would probably prefer Zoe. Yeah, that sounds good with me
I
too.
feel closer to you than I do to either of them.
Yeah, good. I feel close to you too, for sure.
I think the numbers are low enough that there's not much extra conversation. So I definitely am up for elimination. I'm not giving up yet. It's not over till it's over.
Right now, I'm just drifting away.
Me, Carrie, and Luke. I'm getting the vibes that we're still strong, and I want that to be my top 3.
You see as like more threat.
I guess Eli for challenges. Because he's closer to me anyway.
Next challenge winner will go to the final 3.
I don't want him going to the final 3. I feel like.
You get a lot of votes. I agree.
Eli, he's a threat in the challenges. Like, he's been with Luke neck and neck, so we just want him kind of out of the way. I'm good with Eli.
I think Aubrey's like weaker challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am like so glad that the last like several tribals, my name has not been in the vote. It has been a long time coming for that to happen. I don't know what switched, but it feels good to not be an option, and I know of all the votes that are happening.
Do we just say this is what's happening? Because we know Eli, in theory, doesn't have an idol.
Right. What if he has 2 and he was like, here's my one to trust in me?
That'd be crazy.
I'm worried about Eli. He might have another idol. He played an idol last round, which made absolutely no sense. I didn't understand it at all. He could have played it for Hannah, but he didn't. And he knew the votes were coming down to Hannah and Zoe. So the only reason someone would do that is if they had another idol at their disposal, which I think he does. Because why would you just give an idol for yourself? When I told him beforehand, no one was saying his name, he was fine.
So,
I'll chat.
I'll chat.
So,
I think it makes sense that Eli has another idol. Because one, I don't know. If you have 2, you use one here at the last one.
Yeah.
And say
even
here.
Though he wasn't worried
yeah,
at all.
Yeah, because I told him, I said, Eli, your name is not
He
up.
really wasn't
You're
worried
fine.
at all. You're
Yeah. We said at Tribal Council that it was between Zoe and Hannah. Everyone kind of knew that. And why would you play it if the entire tribe knows it's only up to 2 people? The only reason you would play that is if you have another idol.
Like, I just feel nervous is really what it is.
honestly, the talk right now is just like you're kind of like a physical threat.
Yeah.
So then we shouldn't put votes on him because he's just going to play it and that'd be a waste of votes. He was saying Zoe. Eli. He's definitely been a strong competitor in individual challenges, but we're a little bit worried that Eli might have an idol.
Yeah, I think I just need to think about it.
That's okay. You
and
don't
think about like what's most threatening to me right now.
If he has one and plays it, then basically the vote's in his control, and he seems pretty set on Zoe. So once again, I think I'm safe.
Do you want to talk? Can I talk to you, please?
Either way, what I hope is happening is Eli or Zoe is going home, which, besides Luke, are obviously the challenge threats.
We leave it to Eli. He might be going for you.
Okay.
But if we put 4 on him, it shouldn't matter.
Okay.
I've heard my name, and I'm not surprised, like, if that's what you guys want to do. But I would rather vote for Zoe. That's what my vote's gonna be. I've wanted to vote for Zoe for a while.
Yeah, he was definitely going for you just because you have a couple of immunities.
Yeah.
But he's gotten really close to him, so.
Aubrey is with us to vote out Eli. She's gunning for Eli too. Aubrey isn't even in our like little group of 3, but she's still down for that. And I heard that Eli was using my name, and I was honest with him about like being a physical threat. If all goes right, Eli will be going home.
Not to pull this out, but like she has had an opportunity and we haven't. I know it's different, it's a different game, it's a different year, but that's the motivation for my vote. My pitch was that I was looking to go further with them, with people that have not played this game before and that could really speak to this more new experience that we're all going through. She not only has the same amount of wins as me, but she also has background information and connections with people on the jury. I don't know, like that's what is scary.
No, I completely agree.
I mentioned she is much more well connected with the people on the jury than I am.
I've been one big so yeah.
Right now I feel like I'm in a position where I have to trust that Luke and Aubrey are going to consider what I told them. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
It would be nice to have an idol this round. This is the last round to play an idol, so I'll be interested to see if something does come out. But that being said, I'm not that person with it, so it's really going to come down to fate, I think.
She's telling me, but
Yeah.
she said you knew that. But I'm so good to
It's me or Zoe. It's been pretty clear. I think I said everything I could say to convince Luke and Aubrey. I don't know what Carrie's going to do, but I'm just trusting in the people and the conversations that I've had and hope that they can pull through.
Sorry that like has been throwing her out.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
Me, Luke, and Zoe, we kind of like want to stick together, so I was glad that I talked to them first. I was thinking Eli because he is a threat in the challenges, and they were on the same page with that.
Me and Luke are good then.
Yeah.
Our only concern was whether or not Eli had maybe a second idol, the merge idol. That does make me a little bit nervous as to what could happen in this vote. I don't think that Eli has the idol because he was kind of just like giving his pitch to us as to like why he should stay in. And I don't think he would have done that if he had an idol that he could just play.
So those throwing means are so hard.
If Eli does in fact play his idol, which I think he will, because this is the last round you can play it in. I think Zoe's going home.
Zoe put my name out, I put Zoe's name out. Me and Zoe are very similar when it comes to the challenges, but we're also very different when it comes to how we are connected. Yeah, it's either me or her. I'm voting for Zoe.
The fact that there's still an idol somewhere, and also this is the last time to use it, makes me nervous because someone random could use it. Eli could use it, someone else could use it for Eli, and my game just blows up in my face and then I get voted out.
We will bring in the members of our jury. Samantha, Magingo, Tyler, Sam, Allie, John, and Hannah voted out at the last tribal council. All right, final 5. Luke comes out on top with the immunity necklace. Guaranteed spot in the final 4. One step closer to pitching your case in front of them. How does it feel right now to wear that around your neck?
Yeah, it feels good, but job not done. Job's not done yet, so gotta get through this one, hopefully the next. I should be feeling less and less scared, but I'm getting more and more scared. Yeah, hopefully we can get this over with and proceed on.
Alright, well, I'm not going to hurry up and just get this over with, Luke. Obviously, we still have a whole tribal to do. I do want to point out, though, that you have won 4 individual immunities this season, which is 1 away from the record Delano set in Season 4 of Heroes vs. Villains, which is a massive feat in and of itself in the season, but with that comes the target of a physical threat.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like it's been on me the past 3 challenges. That's why, for me, it's been win or go home. I felt the pressure, I've been scared. It's definitely something I think about, but also I feel like I trust the people who got me this far. Just try to keep on and not think about what I can't control.
Aubrey, you were the only one that did not complete the first half of this challenge.
Everyone, jury. I was the only one who was on the first half of the challenge for a little while. I think I'm like proud of myself because I definitely kept going. I didn't give up, but definitely disappointed that I didn't even get to the part that I might have been better at.
Eli, you were the first one to get to the table. You had a pretty big lead before Luke and Carrie and Zoe joined you at the table, but you just couldn't finish it.
You know, it's a big bummer, honestly. A little disappointed at the moment. It was an intense challenge. That puzzle was hard, and to blow a lead like that in anything is disappointing. We're down to the wire here. I think community is crucial for all of us right now. I approached the people that I have been aligned with, and I kind of laid it all out. I felt like that was the time for me to do so. I have played a game that I've relied on my alliances and the people that I've been with, and I know that at this point, with this little amount of people, that trust element is what's needed. If that's received, it's received. This was my moment to kind of explain, you know, how I've been feeling and where I'm at.
Are you explaining how you're feeling and where you're at, or are you pitching a case for why you should stay?
I think through explanation and describing that was in a way my pitch to stay. There's a lot of threats here. It's not just me. So there's a lot to think about. It's not just challenges. So I've definitely made my pitch.
I feel like I was definitely making pitches because I know my name was being thrown around, but I feel like leading up to this point, I made and established relationships to the point where I didn't feel like I needed to pitch super hard. Of course, you never know what's gonna go on, but I also do have trust in the people that I've been kind of on the same wavelength with.
At this point in the game, there are so few of us that at one point or another, we probably all did work with each other. When it comes down to it, there's alliances with everybody in a sense.
We have had 15 rounds up to this point. 15 people have been voted out of this game, and now we are entering the part where we are getting ready to pitch our cases to the jury. And something that I love about, Survivor is how you're able to create this narrative for yourself and creating that story that you're gonna eventually pitch at tribal council to show your growth from day zero when we started down there at the bottom of the hill to where we're at right now.
I think that this game probably helped all of us grow outside of the game because it's probably different than anything most of us have ever done. You have to build these relationships in only 3 days. It's been like an amazing experience for everyone. I think we've all probably grown. I definitely have.
I absolutely did not think I would make it this far this time. I was truly just hoping to make it at least one round further than I did before because that would have been a win to me, but I didn't expect this at all, and I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, we are at the final 5, and this is a pivotal point in the game. All 5 of you have endured insane physical challenges as well as a social and strategic game like we have never had before. One of you is about to be voted out and join the jury. Let's find out who that is. Zoe, you are up.
My top 3 is locked in, and I can't have you winning immunity to try to break that up.
Sorry, I need a minute. See how it goes. Hopefully it's
Alright, I'll go tally the votes. Has a hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, this is the last tribal council that you are able to. Okay, once it goes to red, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave tribal council area immediately. All right, the vote. Grand Rapids bad blood and the 8th member of our jury. Eli, that's enough. Eli, great finish, but for now, just short. You tried, you've spoken. Head out. Great game. Thanks for having us. Our final 4. Congratulations on making it this far. 3 of you will be eligible to make your case to claim the title of sole survivor. However, we are not there yet. Keep on fighting. This season's conclusion is bound to be something to see. Grab your torches, head back to camp. See you soon.
I mean, coming into this game, I was planning to be cutthroat and push myself harder than I ever have before. I think I successfully did that as best of my ability. I just think it ended up catching up with me a little too soon. I would not have changed anything with the way I approached my strategy. I learned a lot about myself. I think a lot of people didn't see it coming, and for that reason, I'm proud that I couldn't really ask for anything else from my game.
So we just came back from tribal council. Eli got sent home, which is what I wanted. Personally, he's a bigger threat for me. I feel like he's the only one that could beat me in a physical challenge, and I just eliminated him there. I'm surprised Eli didn't have an idol. He played a phenomenal game. I'm happy with who I'm with. Like, they're great players. I'm honored to be playing with them. Some great people too, but I'm not happy finishing in 4th place. I came here to get in top 3, plead my case to the jury, and win this thing. So that's what I'm prepared to do.
If I do make it to like the final 3, I'm just trying to think about how to spin my story in a way that, you know, make me look good to the jury. I think my strength has honestly changed throughout the game. Like pre-merge, my strength was challenges, and I think some people argued for me to stay in because of physical like challenge abilities, but then I think post-merge it's been kind of working the relationships and stay alive when people were wanting to vote me out, and then now just kind of tightening those bonds. For final 3, I would take Zoe for sure, and then either Luke or Aubrey. I really like Aubrey, but I think I don't know. I was gonna say I would take Luke and Zoe just because I think Aubrey is a potential threat when it comes to the jury, but I think Luke and Zoe both are too. So I'm tossing it up in the air.
Where did you get the clue?
Who got it? Chase! Chase! From the first voted out person. He gave it to Hannah.
That was the flip-flopping one that I got too.
Yep. He gave it to Hannah, and Hannah shared it with all of us. I do still really like Luke. He's my closest ally left, but obviously like his challenges are just a threat, but I think I could have a chance still even if I'm sitting next to Luke. And right now I think this plan honestly is working really good out for me. I would love to win immunity next time, but I realize that Carrie also has not won an individual immunity challenge, so I want to take her to the final 3 because I don't want to be the only one sitting there next to 2 people who have racked up 2 or 3 individual wins. Oh yeah, where was yours?
Mine, it was like a pretty specific clue, like kind of like it led me right to it. It was like on the way to the watering hole, there was like a little, it was like under a garden of rocks. Turn one over and you'll find it. Oh. The final 3 will be me, Carrie, and Luke, but it does make me a little bit nervous that I'm assuming Luke is gonna win the next immunity. And if so, like my fate is basically in his hands to see if he's gonna take me over anyone else to the final 3. And that makes me nervous because I feel like he can be persuaded pretty easily. Like sometimes when I hear him talk, I'm like, he really considers what people say and he's smart and he thinks things through. So I just want him to only consider maybe what I have to say. I think everyone who made it this far like deserves to be here. I think I deserve to be here because I worked my butt off socially to try to be in good graces with people. I think Aubrey has done the same thing. We're both like hustling around. That's another reason I don't want to be at the final 3 with her because she's kind of playing the same game as me. So that makes me nervous. Hopefully all goes right and I'm like in the know.
All right, final 4. Come on in. All right. Zoe, Carrie, Aubrey, and Luke, welcome to your final immunity challenge of the season. Luke, I will take it back. Thank you. Immunity is back up for grabs for the last time this season. For today's challenge, you will be balancing a platform on a skewer while trying to stack a set of dominoes above your stick. First person to successfully stack their set of dominoes past their foot of stick will win individual immunity, guaranteed spot in the final three, will have the opportunity to pitch their case in front of the jury. Losers, one person will be voted out and become the last member of our jury. Coming so short of that final three, this is definitely worth playing for. Keep your mind in it. Let's draw for spots. Good luck. All right, we have our final four. Carrie, Aubrey, Luke, and Zoe competing for that final individual immunity guaranteed spot in the final three, a chance to plead their case in front of the jury and one step closer to that title of sole survivor and $150 Venmo. Best of luck to everybody. Survivors ready? Go. Right now we are looking for somebody to stack their dominoes. Luke, make sure your hand is behind the tape. We are looking for somebody to stack their dominoes tall enough to be able to go past their 1 foot long piece of wood. So you guys are given a limited number of dominoes. We have a little bit of a breeze, which may play a factor into this. Aubrey and Luke are taking a big fat stacking approach, where Zoe and Carrie seem to be a little more strategic with their domino placement. Aubrey's takes a little bit of a fall. Aubrey's takes a decent fall. Carrie looking like she can almost be up top. Carrie's is shaking a little bit, but she is almost at the top. Stack falls. She has to go collect her dominoes. Aubrey back to ground zero with her stack. Zoe building up her domino stack. She is now in the lead. Luke back to ground zero. Carrie hustling to get back in the game. Zoe's stack now down. We are back. Everybody seems to be on the same pace. Luke is a little bit more ahead now. He's still staying strong with his strategy. Aubrey with a little bit of adjustment to her strategy. A lot is on the line right now. We have had 3 very long days to get to this point. A lot of hard work has been put in, both in front of the scenes from you guys and behind the scenes. You guys have done great so far. Keep up this effort. I know how bad each and every one of you wants this. Do not give up now. Luke starting to stack in, but they take a tumble. Luke has to restart. Carrie's starting to get a little bit of a stack. She just surpasses Aubrey. Carrie's takes a tumble. Not all the way. She is able to still recover. A little bit of a breeze coming. Luke starting back over again. Aubrey keeping a steady balance. Zoe just caught up to Carrie. Carrie trying to neutralize. She's been at this point before. Carrie overtakes the lead. Zoe stack falls. Carrie is very close to claiming it. Can she keep it steady? We need to hold for a count of 3. Carrie very close to the top. Her stack is wobbling. Carrie, that is at the line. You will have to stack one more to cross it. Carrie stacks one more for a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Carrie wins final individual immunity, guaranteed spot in the final 3, pitching her case at final tribal council to the jury. All right, Carrie, after 3 long days, multiple trips to tribal council, multiple votes cast against you, you are now officially in the final 3, having won this immunity challenge. Congratulations, come and get it. You cannot be voted out, and you now have a chance to pitch your case in front of the jury. However, we have to get the rest of our final 3 intact. Aubrey, Luke, and Zoe, you are all on the chopping block. Head back to camp, figure out what is going to be best for your individual game and who you want to be sitting next to in that final 3. Best of luck, make this count, great job, I'll see you guys soon.
I won an individual immunity challenge and I'm just so happy. I have really been through every obstacle I feel like in this game. My name always being in the vote, going to exile twice, and multiple people not trusting me. So being here now and now being guaranteed a spot in the finals, it is so good and it is just the best feeling.
Great job, guys.
Me too. My initial strategy was yeah, at first I was just like stacking flat because I was like, I can do that so much quicker. But then I just like took so many down throws, so it wasn't a good strategy height-wise.
We just got back from the last immunity challenge. I didn't win it. Carrie won it, which was like the worst case scenario, honestly, because I made kind of an enemy out of her from the merge. Do not see her taking me at all. I knew I had to win to go to final 3 and I didn't, so I know I'm pretty much going home right now. Yeah, so I'm going to talk to Carrie about that final 3 alliance we had, and talk to Aubrey to hopefully vote for Zoe. If I go out, then I'll go out knowing I tried my best, and that's all I can do.
Congrats, though.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm really proud
excited.
of you.
Thank you.
That was hard.
Yeah, it was tough.
I know you can like literally do whatever you want because now you have immunity, but I'm just letting you know, like, I'm gonna vote Aubrey and I'm gonna stick with keeping you, me, and Luke in the final 3.
Okay.
So, like, I'm not gonna like flip on Luke or anything. So
yeah.
Carrie won immunity. I was super close to her, but she pulled through, and I'm really proud of her. I mean, I would have been happy if it was anyone but Aubrey, because we have our final 3 set. Of course, I wish it was me, but I'm really glad that it's Carrie, and I'm just praying that she sees the alliance of me, her, and Luke as tight as I think it is, and that she's been telling me.
Did Luke have any potential alliances that are in the jury?
Potentially Sam.
Okay.
Other than that, though, like, I don't think he was really strong with a lot of people.
I might want him in as opposed to Aubrey, I think.
Up until this point, I've kept my word, so I am voting for Aubrey, and I'm not going against the 3-person alliance that I've been working with for the past 2 or 3 rounds. I feel like Aubrey and I, we've had similar games. I don't know, like, what your relationship is.
Yeah.
Maybe Aubrey could try to sway against me. We have one more tribal council, and I'm ready to get it over with. I'm ready to get myself in the final 3 already. But the only wrinkle in that could be Aubrey.
I'm obviously going to say this, but I actually am doing Zoe. Obviously. Yeah. It's down to me, Luke, and Zoe. One of us is going to go home. The other 2 are going to be in the final 3. At this point, people are going to be thinking about their own game. People want to sit by people who they think they can beat. I think they might probably want to sit by me. But also, like, I think they can recognize that I've had, like, a strong social game and strategic game. Zoe might be the bigger threat, actually, because Zoe's coming in as a returning player and would be able to work the jury.
You've been with me since day 1.
Yeah.
You're going with me, like, no matter what.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. I think Luke's biggest pitch is that he won a bunch of challenges, but I don't know if he has as strong of a resume when it comes to those connections and those alliances and stuff. So yeah, I kind of think I would rather be sitting with Luke at the end. I think it's a good move anyways. She's a huge fan for sure.
Okay. If you're not, like, you can be straight.
No, I really am. I don't even know. I might even tell her what I am. Like, I don't really know. I just feel like at this point, it's kind of like, it is what it is. That is what I've been telling him this whole time. So it would be good to stick to my word for one thing this season. I'm definitely going to see where Carrie's at, though, because I definitely don't want to go to a fire making challenge.
Rotate.
Should we rotate?
Rotate!
Okay. Passing you off.
Okay.
So you guys want to go?
I know. What are you guys saying, him or me?
So, Zoe, let's vote you.
Okay.
I'm all over the place, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I can see cases for everybody.
Yeah.
Do you have a case, maybe?
Well, obviously, Luke and I were talking. Obviously, the only option is Zoe, but that's who I'd be going for anyways, even if, like, Luke had immunity or something, because I think that she'll be able to, like, really talk her way to the jury. Because I just feel like she answers questions, like, really well.
No.
You don't think so?
Zoe, I definitely want in the final with me. We've had a good bond in the last several rounds. I just don't know with the jury what Zoe's relationship with everyone is.
She found an idol, and she gave the idol to McGingo, and she's very, like, friendly, I feel like. Like, I know for sure Tyler, Sam, Allie aren't voting for me if I'm in the final 3, and I feel like Zoe could win over, like, their votes.
Luke could probably get John, probably Tyler. I'm really struggling on what to do right now.
Yeah.
I think Aubrey could be a real threat in the jury. I think that she's very well spoken. A lot of people could vote for her.
Just to, like, pitch my case, like, she's won 3, so I think automatically people are going to be like, oh, she did really well in challenges. Some people might have seen her, like, on the odds, but she made it to the end, like, especially as a returning player too. For Luke, I think his big thing is, like, challenges. I don't know how much, like, strategic or, like, alliances he really had throughout the game.
That's what
so I don't feel like he could have, like, I think people see him as the challenge guy.
For Luke, I have the least amount of, like, connection with him. Zoe has said she wants to go to the final 3 with me and Luke. Even with Zoe's relationships on the jury, I think I could still come out on top. This is so tough.
I know, it is.
It's like a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to have to, like, make a decision. So you would vote Zoe?
Luke and I are definitely doing Zoe.
Okay.
So then if you and Zoe were to do me, Zoe and I would go to fire. But then if you were to vote with us and did Zoe, then Zoe would be out.
Okay.
So.
All right. Right now it's an individual game, but I think I definitely want to bring Zoe with me, and I'm still undecided about the other 2.
Are you nervous?
I mean, yeah. I mean, if it is me, I can't be about it.
No, I'm gonna be totally honest. I'll tell you what we just talked about. So basically, I told her, like, I'm still voting for Aubrey because I'm not changing. Like, I'm not gonna flip on you. I'm least close with Aubrey, and I feel like in a jury, like, her and I have played similar games. So I was
That's
like,
actually true. So after the challenge, I was terrified. I thought for sure I was going home, but that might not be the case.
now that Carrie has that, like, necklace, I think she's kind of like, she, like, can make the decision,
Yeah, no,
basically.
yeah.
I think you're for sure in it. I think she's trying to decide between me and Aubrey.
I mean, you can be honest, because I don't think I am at all. But I am very confused right now. I don't know why they wouldn't vote for me. And I don't know why. I mean, at this point, just be honest. Like, there's nothing you can really do about it.
Who would you vote for, like, right now, like, to be out?
Aubrey, the have to beat both of us.
I think so.
Zoe needs to go. I think she would win the votes, but yeah, I pled my case and just said that, like, my game only rides on my physical game, which is not true at all. I saw myself as a threat. If I am social and strategic enough to be able to get my way into the final 3 with people who I didn't really work with at all the entire game, I think that speaks volumes to my game.
I voted for her. If you vote for her, she'll be out, but like it might be a tie. I don't know.
They could be lying to me. They could be sending me home, which I honestly, I fully expect that.
Who of the two of them are you thinking?
I think Aubrey was like, she'd be both of us, honestly. No, I think Aubrey would be my one like hope of like winning 5 mini challenges, like tying the record and like using that.
Yeah.
Like, who knows? I could still be in this, which is insane to me, considering after I lost the last challenge. I thought it was done. I did not think I'd be in this position I'm in right now.
So would you vote Aubrey? I think that's where I'm leaning. I know Zoe and Luke are voting for Aubrey, and I know that Aubrey's voting for Zoe. So I could either go to fire or vote Aubrey with everybody else and get her out.
Nervous.
I know.
Basically, when I was talking to Carrie, I was just like pleading my case to
Yeah,
her.
me too, basically. I think it's between me and you.
I think so too.
Which it is what it is. What I'm gonna do is go for Zoe. Zoe's going for me. We both told each other we're going for each other. I'm pretty sure Luke's going for Zoe. We've been pretty strong the whole time. So I think there's gonna be 2 on Zoe. Zoe told me she's going for me. So Carrie is the swing vote, kind of. She's gonna decide whether it's a tie 2-2 and we go to fire, or if she votes for Zoe, then Zoe will just go and I'll go to the final 3.
What if we have to build fire?
I know, that would be it'd be fun, I guess.
It'd be a challenge.
One last challenge.
Oh no, a last
One last challenge.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fire would not be the best. I have like negative 1,000% fire experience, so that would be so interesting.
All we can do is just like ask and
for sure.
tell her what we think, but
It's because we play good games. That's
I
why
know,
they don't
so.
want us with them, because we did good. So
I think so.
I guess it's a good thing.
For me, it's pretty easy. I'm voting for Aubrey. Aubrey's my biggest threat. She's the only one standing in the way of me getting to final 3, I think. She knows it. I know she's voting for me. I was intentional on creating a top 3 tight group to establish trust and connection. So I just hope that Carrie and Luke will stay true to that. I don't know if they're going to tie it up or if they're going to make a clean decision. And if they make a clean decision, I truly don't know if they want me or Aubrey. This is the first time it's up in the air, but this is also the first time that I only have a limited amount of things I can do to plead my case.
Yeah, we'll see. I think that's where I'm leaning.
I'm just thinking through like literally all members of the jury. I really worry about that when it comes to my votes. I think everybody else, the other 3, they're very likable people. Aubrey, Luke, Zoe. We got Samantha, McGingo, Sam, Tyler would vote Zoe. Allie might also vote Zoe. Hannah would vote Aubrey. So I'll say Luke with John. Eli, I think Aubrey. I don't think Luke has a strong case regardless. I think Zoe would have a lot of votes. And I think a lot of those votes could be up in the air, but I think Aubrey has a really strong case. I'm gonna hear out what they say at Tribal and make my decision there.
We will bring in the members of our jury. Sam, McGingo, Tyler, Sam, Allie, John stumbling in, Hannah, giggling, and Eli voted out at our last tribal. All right. Jury, you have arrived and you are seeing the first member of your final 3, Carrie, won the final. All right, Carrie, big win for you today. I mentioned at the challenge, and I'm going to reiterate here at Tribal Council, you have had a heck of a season, and here you are persevering through it all, finally winning the last individual immunity of the season, and you are at least in the final 3. Your boyfriend Noah, the winner of Season 1 of Survivor Dearborn, can relate to him on that level. Can you please describe for me what this feeling is like for you to finally be able to contently sit back and say that you have this opportunity to present this in front of the jury?
It feels great. This has been the longest 3 days that I could have imagined, starting from day 1, going to basically every single tribal. Making out of that alone was an accomplishment enough. Going to exile twice, missing out on so many rounds, challenges, tribals. My name was on a lot of ballots in a lot of different votes. So after all of that, it just feels great to be here. And also with Noah, I'm really happy. I know he was proud of me playing in the first place, but I know he'll be really excited for me to know I made it this far.
As he should be. You played an incredible game, as all 4 of you had. You still have a very big decision to make, because you are selecting one person to not be alongside you in this final 4. How are you making that decision today?
Yeah, that decision is really difficult for me, honestly. I've talked to everybody sitting next to me, and I think everybody deserves to be here, but unfortunately that can't be the case. There's a lot of factors to consider. We only have one more tribal with the jury, so I was thinking about that a lot, and that will definitely factor into my decision.
Luke, you are not safe for the first time in a little bit. What case are you making to not be sent home as the last member of the jury?
The case I'm trying to make is that there's bigger threats here than me. I kind of laid out the way I played the game, the way the jury's structured, and I think there are absolutely bigger threats to win this than me.
A few rounds ago, I approached Carrie and I approached Luke, and I told them that I wanted to be final 3 with them, and that's kind of how we've been voting and making decisions ever since we kind of came together. That's always been my home base. So that's my plea, is that we have that connection. My loyalty has been to them, so I'll see if they agree.
Carrie and Luke got the plea, which means Zoe, correct me if I'm wrong, you will be voting for Aubrey?
Yeah, I will be voting for Aubrey.
Aubrey, I still want to give you the opportunity to be able to combat that.
I know Zoe's voting for me. We talked about it at camp. I'll put it out there, I'm voting for Zoe. We kind of know that we're the ones probably getting the votes. Zoe is saying that the 3 of them have been working together. I don't know, obviously, everything that's going on, but I think I've also been in the loop. I don't think it's just been the 3 of them and then me on the outside. I think I have some strong connections between these 4 also. A tie could definitely happen, or a 3-1, either way could happen. I guess my plea is, I think that it does come down to the bigger threat. It's kind of funny because you're almost saying that they played a better game than you, which I think Zoe has. She's definitely won multiple of the immunity challenges. She's coming in as a returner. I think she played a really good social game. I mean, like she just said, I guess she had a pretty strong alliance with them. I don't know all of her relationships with the jury, so we both played good games.
So if a tie is likely, that leads to a fire. There's no revote. We are going straight to a fire-making competition. Are you ready to make fire for your life in this game?
Yeah, I guess so. If that's what's going to happen, I'm definitely ready to go for that. I wouldn't say I have the most experience in that, but I'll definitely try and give it my all. So
I'm ready if it happens, and me and Aubrey could have
some fire.
Yeah, we'll make some fire.
Luke, must be good news to you, because it sounds like these 2 are prepping for the inevitable.
I'm just trying to trust that the people I played with and the alliances I made will hold true. Our plans in the past will come to fruition, and just do what I've done this entire game and trust the people I played with. It hasn't let me down yet, and I don't think it will.
Carrie, final question. What is this deciding factor for you?
It's such a tough position to be in. I have loved playing with each and every one of these people sitting next to me. It mostly comes down to who I see as a threat come jury. I think a case can be made for everybody, but at the end of the day, it's a vote, so that's really the basis of my decision.
Alright, we have only gone to fire once before in our series. In a season full of historic moments, let's see if we will continue to make history or we will see a different outcome than what we may be expecting tonight. Zoe, you are up for the last time. Go vote.
Loved playing this game with you, but gotta do what we gotta do. See you on the other side.
This is so tough. Oh gosh. I gotta make a decision.
I did not think I'd be in this position. Wow, this is kind of crazy. Things could get interesting.
All right, I'm gonna tally the votes. Right. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. All right, the votes. First vote. Zoe. 1 vote Zoe. Aubrey. 1 vote Zoe. 1 vote Aubrey. Zoe. 2 votes Zoe. 1 vote Aubrey. 1 vote left. 17th person voted out of Survivor Grand Rapids, Bad Blood, and the 9th and final member of our jury, Zoe. Zoe, after your second time playing, you put up an incredible fight and an incredible season. I am super proud of you. Thank you for coming back and playing, but you are the 9th and final member of the jury. Your tribe has spoken. Great game. Head out that way. Thank you very much. All right. I feel like it's deja vu. We have people related to former players of both Survivor Dearborn and Grand Rapids. Luke, Mark is your brother, Aubrey, Sydney is your sister, and Carrie, Noah is your boyfriend. An incredible event that comes to fruition here inside this game and inside this community. All 3 of you have earned your spot in the final 3, and you should all be very proud. You guys can head back to camp. Your game is not over, but it is now in the jury's hands. We will see you soon for jury questioning. Good night.
So yeah, I just got voted out. I'm just like overwhelmed because I'm really proud of myself. This is further than I ever thought I would be, so I'm like a little bit emotional about that. Obviously I wanted to be like in the final 3, but I have absolutely no regrets. It was out of my hands at this point. Last time I had a long list of regrets, but now I feel like I have a long list of moves that I'm proud of. So I'm just happy with my game. I'm not sad, I swear. I'm just proud of myself.
Congratulations. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I had nothing to do here. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I ended up obviously voting Zoe. That tribal did not actually go as I planned. I was really sure that Luke was gonna vote Aubrey. I was really sure about that. He obviously didn't. I was still on the fence when I was over there at the voting table. Oh gosh, I don't want people to think I'm like turning on my alliances come the jury. I think votes wise I have to go Zoe. I thought that voting her would bring it to a tie, and I thought it was going to go to fire. I was like really sure about that. I think that is the right decision. I don't have regrets about that. Like, I saw her as the biggest threat. I think she would have had a lot of votes go her way, but obviously it still sucks to see her go.
I thought you were gonna like even it up just to like make us go to fire.
I thought it was
so
too.
I was like, oh my god.
I thought about it long and hard.
Yeah.
And I think I just had to go with Zoe.
I think that's a good move.
I've played with Aubrey most of the game, and I've always really trusted her, and so I'm really happy that she's made it this far. I think she really deserves it. Luke and I, we never really had that strong bond. He voted against me a few times. I never really knew where his head stood, and I think vice versa.
I'm just glad.
Everything.
I know, I'm really happy to have you.
I made it? Oh my gosh. I thought I was done for. I thought I was absolutely screwed when I didn't win that challenge, but here I am.
Now it's like nice to know that's like not in our hands. It's
I
like,
know.
There's nothing we can
did.
Yeah, like
No more challenges, no more tribals.
yeah,
like,
no more challenges, no more canoodling.
I think I have a good case for the jury. It wasn't just physical. I was on the right side of every vote except for John. Day one, John and I were not very close. I formed an alliance with him, and we were able to keep our relationship low-key. I sent him to Exile Island and saved him twice, and he got an advantage, which changed the entire course of the game. And no one betted an eye about that. Like, if that's not strategic, then I don't really know what is, to be honest.
I feel like most of the jury already has their mind made up, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm
I don't
sure.
think our answers are gonna matter that much.
I don't think so.
I mean,
either.
they've been watching the whole game. So.
Hopefully the jury will respect what I did, and I can sway some votes onto me. I think it's totally possible, and I plan on doing exactly that. Being part of this season means so much to me. Having my brother Mark play 2 seasons and being able to share that with him now, it makes me speechless. Being on camera crew gave me a taste for Survivor, and when Dom called me up a week and a half before, I was chomping at the bit to play. Here I am, a week and a half later, in the final 3. That's pretty incredible. And to have Mark watching too, just hoping that I made him proud, it means so much more. If I lose, I know that I play with integrity, that I kept my word to people, and I did the best I can do. But I feel worthy of winning the title of Sole Survivor.
We'll see.
Okay, what's next? I pretty early post-merge decided that I wanted to work with Luke, and we said we wanted it to be the 2 of us in the final. I wasn't worried at all that he wasn't going to vote with me. I thought if anything we might go to fire. Thinking through the jury, I don't know how much swaying there is to do, but I'll definitely try. Probably my biggest thing that I'm going to highlight, and I hope this doesn't come back to hurt me, but I did not receive 1 vote until that vote that we just did. I don't think that I snuck my way into the final because I was hearing my name most of the tribal councils that I was a part of, especially post-merge, but every single time I switched the vote, but I didn't even receive 1 vote. I think that's a really big tribute to the social connections that I made throughout the game, because when people heard my name, they told me. I think a lot of people trusted me, and I think a lot of people wanted to work with me moving forward. I had some fluid alliances where I would sometimes be working closer with one person, sometimes with another. Charlie. You're so good. This has been honestly such an amazing experience. I was really nervous to come out here. I didn't know many people. I wasn't sure if it was the right game for me, but I could not be more thankful. Definitely thank you to Dom for allowing me to be a part of the cast this season, and I'm sure part of that had to do with Sydney and Charlie also, so thank you to both of them for probably advocating that I would be a good fit for this season. It's been so much fun, and I'm just having the best time ever. No matter how this goes, it was probably one of the best weekends of my life.
I'm so happy to be here. I'm so thankful that I've made it this far. I have seriously loved playing with every single person. I just have had such a great experience. I'm so happy to be where I am. I'm so proud that I got this far. It could be a really close vote between a lot of people. I'm also hoping that people just respect my game. I could sway a lot of people with my story of perseverance. The first day, losing all those challenges and having to go to tribal so many times definitely gave me some strength. Don't know if I would be here if I didn't have all that practice with tribal. It taught me that I'm never out. My name was in so many of those votes, and a lot of them were close. That just taught me that there's always hope, and there's always things I can do to sway decisions. I've made it this far, and I obviously want to win. So if that's what it takes, I'm willing to do that.
All right, final three. We will bring in the members of the jury. Sam, McGingo, Tyler, Sam, Allie, John, Hannah, Eli, and Zoe. Voted out at the last tribal council.
I'm on my game.
Sam taking a big hole. Oh Lord. Oh my. Good night. All right, jury, you are getting your first official look at our final three. Luke, Aubrey, and Carrie. You guys have survived 3 days filled with blistering heat, torrential downpour, and a game like we have never had before. You have navigated twists and turns, everything that I have thrown at you, all to get you here at the final three. You have certainly earned your spot in this position, and now it is your time to convince these 9 folks over here why you deserve that title of sole survivor. How this is going to work, you guys will be given an opening speech. Once all 3 of you have done so, our jurors will one at a time come up, ask you a question that they are itching to get off their chest. It's not going to be an easy experience, but if anything this game has taught you, winning isn't easy. So fight hard, stay true to yourselves, and best of luck. Carrie, you can take off the immunity necklace that won't help you now, and we will have you start with your opening case.
Just want to start off by saying, I've really loved playing with all of you guys. I think this has been such an amazing experience. I'm sure you all can attest to that. My story is one of perseverance. From really start to finish, it was a fight to play the game, basically. Starting on the first day, being in the original Vendetta tribe. On top of that, with all the twists and turns, going to exile not once but twice. It was tough. It was tough to be away from the game that was going on. It really threw a wrench in the game. It wasn't something I expected, but it was something I had to adapt to and evolve with. Given that I'm here right now, I think that shows that I've played the game well enough to still make it here. And then winning the last challenge for immunity, I think that having that win at the end speaks to how I never gave up and just persevere and to get where I am now.
All right, thank you, Carrie. Aubrey, you are now up.
So I also want to start with just saying that this has been an amazing experience. I want to, on camera, thank Dom and all the crew and everyone for making this happen because it's been amazing. I think all of us can agree. Until now, to talk to the jury. Overall, I was a good balance of all the different aspects of Survivor. I think I did pretty good in challenges. I think I had pretty good strategy. I think I had pretty good alliances. I think I did pretty good at playing for myself because in the end it is an individual game. So I think I was a pretty good combination of all of the main components that it takes to win Sole Survivor. We were both on Vendetta, losing over and over and over again. That was definitely a hard way to start this whole show. I mean, it was pretty defeating. I'm pretty impressed that 2 of us made it to this point, honestly. In order to make it to this point, we really had to make strong relationships, and my game was definitely focusing on those relationships. I worked with a lot of the people who are in the jury right now. It's unfortunate, but it's the way that this game works. If we were really close and I saw you as a big threat to my own game, I did end up having a big part in putting a lot of you there. It's hard because you make these alliances and then at some point you might have to break them. So I think I made some big moves, and I didn't put too big of a target on my back while still being a good leader. The entire game, I did not receive one vote until the last tribal council. And I don't think that that's because I like snuck my way into the final three, because I heard my name being talked about at little canoodling sessions at least the second half of the merge. Not only did I not go home when I was hearing my name, but I didn't even receive a vote. I would love to like dive into more to everything, so.
All right, thank you, Aubrey. Luke, finish us off.
Just want to say that I respect everyone on the jury and their gameplay. I want to talk about my gameplay because I feel like a lot of you aren't aware of the things I did, and that was for a reason. My biggest strength was the challenges, and that's pretty evident. The best way not to get voted out is don't go to tribal. That was my game plan, and that worked for day one. My tribe did not go to tribal at all, and the people I wanted in stayed in. I knew that that could only take me so far, and I needed to play socially and strategically. The switch definitely flipped for me at the big tribal here. I called it the 3 power partners: Josh, Hannah, Tyler, Allie, Zoe, and Adrian. Seeing those 6 take over that big tribal and control every single vote scared me. And going into day 2, I was able to work socially and strategically to vote Josh out. I saw that as step 1 to my plan, all the while having an alliance with John. We were the last partners standing. That's pretty incredible. And I was able to keep you safe from 2 votes, and no one batted an eye at that. You got an advantage. After that, John, you and I made a huge play. We went against Tyler, who was a huge player. I mean, I have so much respect for you, man. Like, if I hadn't created those bonds with John, I think it could have been you sitting up here. I created alliances because I knew like my physical aspect of the game would be a threat to people after the merger. My big thing this season was loyalty. People who want to work with me and showed me loyalty, I was not going to write their name down at all. Aubrey said she wanted to work with me. I told you I wanted to sit next to you, and I made that happen. I was only on the wrong side of the vote one time, and that was the blind side with John. I had no idea. It was tough to see you go. When I felt that I was on the chopping block, I won 3 straight immunities. I forced myself into the top, and people who I wasn't sure about, I'd send them home. And if I didn't do what I did, I don't think I'd be sitting here right now. It wasn't just the physical. That's what I wanted you guys to see. But behind the scenes, strategically and socially, I played one of the most complete games of Survivor that I possibly could have. That's why I'm sitting here, and that's why so many good, strong players are sitting out right now.
All right, all 3 of you gave great case for yourselves. Now, it is the jury's turn to be able to question and pick apart your games. We will start with the person who has probably been waiting the longest to do so. Samantha, take it away.
Hi guys. So you've all done a wonderful job. I came into this game trying to use intellect as my strongest asset because I think being intelligent and observant are really important qualities in the Sole Survivor. So my question for all of you is, in your opinion, the other people sitting on this final tribal council, what was the dumbest thing they did all game?
I don't think I should be here right now. I do believe I played the most complete game of Survivor. I want to say Carrie, I told her that it was only physical and allowed her to let me enter the final 3. I think I was the biggest threat, and if I were her, I would not have let me come to the final 3. Aubrey, I can't think of anything, honestly, because we've been on every decision together. I can't think of anything, honestly, if I'm being truly honest.
The biggest mistake that Carrie made this game was I wasn't always sure where she was at when it came to the votes. Obviously she's here, it worked out for her, but I think that if she could have been able to like make some stronger alliances, she wouldn't have had so many votes go on her throughout the game. Luke, he painted a really big target on his back from the beginning, coming out as like a strong physical threat. He's saying that that was on purpose. Maybe it was, but I do think that it caused his name to come up a lot. I guess it worked out for him, but I think that there were a couple votes that were so close to being him, and so I think he kept it a little bit too risky.
You know, everything worked out to get both of them here right now. But for Luke, we didn't play together all of
pre-merge, so I can really only speak to post-merge. I saw him as more of a go with the majority type of vote, just because I know there was like a pretty solid alliance with a lot of people post-merge, and I think the same for Aubrey. There's that trust chain, and there's 5 of them there, all just going along with those votes.
Thank you guys so much. Best of luck.
Thanks.
All right, thank you, Sam. Not by much, but the second person probably waiting the longest, McGingo. You are up.
My first question is for Luke. Which of the jurors do you think least deserves to be there and why?
Oh, jeez. Least? I'd say maybe Sam. The only reason I'd say that is because he betrayed me and because you were voted that for one of the challenges. But obviously you're there. You've proven yourself and you've proven all of us wrong. So, you know, if I had to go with somebody, it'd be you, but I don't believe that at all.
Interesting you said it though. So, Aubrey, if you could take one vote from a juror, prevent them from voting tonight, who would it be and why?
I think it would be Tyler, because I know we kind of we're going for each other at a point, and can acknowledge the fact that I was a big part in getting Allie out. Obviously, you guys are siblings. I didn't work with you guys very well, so I think that I might not be receiving your guys' vote.
Thank you.
Next up with Sam.
So, I was gonna ask something else, but I think the last question I kind of want to just go on the fly here. I've heard a lot of talk that I'm not really viewed favorably. My game wasn't respected as much. Why should I vote for you?
Yeah, I can start off first. I loved working with you. I was with you the entire game. I respect the hell out of you, man. But you went with people that I was afraid of, and you sided with them. You told me you wanted to be with them, and at that point, my hands were kind of tied. Whatever you decide, I'll live with. But I just wanted you to know that.
Thank you.
I'll start by saying that I have not said anything bad about you. I think that you totally earned your spot in the juror vote. I personally never really got a chance to strategically work with you. You and I had a lot of good out-of-game conversations, so I think it was absolutely nothing personal. I think you totally deserve to be here. I just never got personally much of a chance to work with you.
First of all, I think you 100% deserve to be here. In and out of the game, we didn't have too much time to talk. I don't have a bad word to say about you. You are an amazing person. My game was just fighting through all of the obstacles, and I think you had your fair share of obstacles as well in this game, and you made it really far. I think that shows here, and yeah.
Thank you. Consider it all.
Thanks, Sam. We will go with our second-time player, Hannah, first-time juror. Let's see your question.
First of all, I just wanted to say that I absolutely love playing with all 3 of you, and you guys should seriously be so proud of yourselves because getting here is such a big accomplishment. I feel like people have been throwing you some really, really tough questions, and I was honestly planning on giving you one too, but I feel bad for you guys. So I just want to ask, coming out of this game, what did you enjoy the most, or what was the most fun for you?
First of all, I want to say my apologies to you.
It's the game, girl.
I know, but I'm going to recognize the fact that you were my closest ally the whole time, and I did pull a pretty big blindside on you. Just to explain myself really quickly, you and I had really similar stories. Mm-hmm. We were together almost the entire game, and I think that if you were up here, you would have beat me. So I think at some point it had to be done. I think when we did it, we had numbers for it, but I just want to get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Well, I loved working with you.
Yeah, me too.
My favorite part of this, it might be a boring answer, but definitely just meeting everyone. Mm-hmm. As the seasons go on, the connections between the cast are becoming less and less because we're all branching out and getting new people. So I really came into this not knowing anyone and wasn't sure how it was gonna go. I had no clue about who knew who, but I feel honestly it really seems that these connections can last for a while. And I also think it's fun to recognize that it's a game, and I think we all played.
I'd say my favorite part, definitely the challenges, but also the conversations that just relaxing under the tree over there, they're minute parts of the game, getting to know people that you wouldn't usually meet, and I felt I talked to you so much and I had so much fun with you.
Yeah.
That 100% was the best part of this game for me.
Yeah, and for me, I think obviously talking to everyone, it's really cool that there's people from like all over that are all coming together to play this, and I think it's cool that we all kind of have this like connection now, and it'll, you know, be a lasting bond because it'll be on YouTube. And so it's a crazy game, and none of us could do it without the support of each other. So
I feel like I did get close to all three of you too, and I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah. And next up, the man in the fedora himself, Tyler. Take it away.
Alright, so I changed from asking 3 questions. I have 3 statements at this point. Carrie, first off, I think you played a great game. I just don't have any further questions at this time. Aubrey, I want you to know you would have had a vote for yourself had you have not used the safety chain. I will not be voting for you this tribal council. Luke, I want to say I'm very excited to watch the behind the scenes and the stuff that I didn't get to see about your game. I want you to know you have my vote. Nice job. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Tyler. Next up, let's get another Postma action. Allie, you are up.
Alright guys, Tyler went a very different route than I did. I want to start with you, Carrie, because in my opinion, I think you played a very individual game, and I want to hear from you, what percentage of your game do you think was strategy, and which percentage of your game do you think was luck?
I don't think I would call it luck, but I also don't think that it was a strategy where I was orchestrating every vote. Strategy played a big role in times where it looked like I was maybe on the chopping block. So I think strategy was definitely used, but I also think a lot of people had their own individual strategies that didn't involve me.
Luke, I want to go to you. I'm going to put this out there right now too. I'm definitely leaning towards you right now, but I do need to hear, separate your game from Aubrey to me right now.
Yeah, I felt my name was on the chopping block, so I won 3 straight immunities. I don't want people to see me as a big threat, so it's kind of makes me happy to hear that, you know, people think I wouldn't want them to vote, because that's not what happened. I controlled my own fate. I eliminated powered players like yourself, like Tyler, like Sam, and positioned me here in a great position now.
Aubrey, throughout the game we definitely had some issues, and I definitely regret not being able to talk to you more, but I think you kind of know where I stand. Is there anything you want to say to me to change my perspective, because I know you know kind of how I feel?
On Vendetta, we were close and we were doing great. We kind of had like a strong relationship. And then when we swapped tribes, I ended up on the tribe with Tyler. It was a 3-2 vote, and Samantha ended up going home, and I voted for Tyler. That is what led to the separation between me and Tyler, me and you, and me and Sam. Instantly, I kind of felt like we might not be able to work together as good anymore just because of that. I'm bummed that that kind of played out how it did. I ask that you can respect that I was doing what was best for me. It was nothing against you. It was just someone was saying my name. It didn't matter that it was you. I wanted whoever was saying my name to get out of the game, but I can see how it was hurtful personally. So.
Okay. Thank you guys. Good job, all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, thank you, Allie. John, you are up.
All right. Hi, everybody. First of all, congratulations to the 3 of you. I think each and every one of you have played a game that deserves to win. But my question is about relationships. So what relationship with a jury member was the most vital for your game?
I can start. I think my relationship with Zoe was definitely the most vital for my game. We had a good connection. We worked together well post-merger, and kind of be on the same page and be in alignment with who we thought could be voted out, who we thought we wanted to stay. And I think she's a big reason why I'm here today.
I'm going to say Hannah. We would literally say one sentence before tribal and just be in agreement of what we were doing. So I think that was really vital to have someone who I truly trusted, especially at the beginning and going into the merge, especially with being down in numbers. On the opposite side, I think it's the most vital to my game that I got her out, because I think she was my biggest threat in this game. If the 2 of us would have been up here, like I've said before, I think she would have beat me. Before I got her out, she was the biggest asset to me ever. We were working together really, really well. And then I think getting her out was probably my biggest move.
Got you, girl.
I would say Magingo. She was my alliance from the beginning. I talked to you about everything, and you were the first person that I talked to that saw those 3 partners that were incredibly strong. But in the end, I couldn't do anything, and you got voted out. You going was my big regret. Like that I hated to see that. but other than that, you're the strongest alliance I had by far. I mean, like, the moves we made, and if we didn't work together, then it could totally be different. It would, of course, it would be totally different.
Luke, you know, against all odds, we ended up having a pretty epic partnership for never meeting each other. I wasn't immediately planning on working with you, but through exiles and saving me, I was locked in. I think it speaks to your social talents, and yeah, I also didn't realize you didn't vote for me. I thought you did, so that means a lot to not vote for me. Congratulations, I hope you had fun this season, and good luck.
We will round out our jury questions with our last and most recent juror, Zoe. Pulling it up from the notes.
Hi guys, long time no see. I'm super proud of you guys. When I was sitting at Final Four, I had an idea in my head if I was getting out, who I was going to vote for. I got to the jury, I ate a sandwich, I got some clarity, and honestly right now I'm like, I don't know. I'm not as certain as I was before. I'm going to start with Aubrey. I think we were aligned in a lot of the moves that were made. I just want to know, like, what was the intention behind some of the votes that you made?
I'll just repeat it again. Hannah, biggest ally, also most similar story. I think I was a really big part of the John one also. I said to people, he's going to beat any of us. I mean, we had just finished the challenge that was most likely to win the game at this point. He won that. He won fan favorite. I truly thought that if he was going to make it to the end, he would beat anyone up here. So I think that was a really big threat that I saw. I think Eli, too. I think at the end, it's just everyone is a big threat. Eli was winning challenges, and the ones that he wasn't winning, he was getting second in. I think I led that. I don't think I necessarily was the ringleader for that one, as much as I might have been for some of the other ones, but I think I was still a big part of that vote. When I was thinking about threats, I was just thinking about if I was going to be sitting up here with people, I wanted people who had different stories than me and people who I just wasn't sure was going to for sure beat me.
Okay, that's fair. So my next question are for you, Luke. When making the moves that you described in your speech and kind of through answering the questions, do you think that you were initiating those moves, or do you think that you were more approached to be a number? And if you were initiating them, how?
I feel like I initiated most of the people who were against me here. I know I had talked to John way back from Exile that I was afraid of Tyler and Allie's alliance. So as soon as the merge came, we went after them. We got them out. And after John went out, that scared me. I went into scramble mode, and I was the person that got Hannah out because I believe Hannah was the next biggest threat to me. After that, I wanted Eli out, and Eli went out. People were saying that like I didn't direct the votes, and that's how I wanted to seem, because I didn't want to seem like a threat. Everyone who's out, except for John, they all went out when I wanted them to go out.
I don't mean to grill you, but like I know where a lot of the jury stands on this question, so this is more just for like my personal clarity. The whole time I thought you were honest and very genuine with me, and I always circled back to you. I always made sure like we were kind of on the same page. I wanted to keep that connection, and I thought we were working together. So I just want you to be honest with me right now, because I know where they stand with this. Like, were you always working with me, or was it just like, I don't know, you were telling me what I wanted to hear?
Yeah.
Because I know we ended up on the same side of the vote a lot of the time, but I don't know if that's because maybe we were both working with Aubrey. What was like our relationship in your perspective?
No, from my eyes, I think it was like day one. I wanted to work with you. Like I wanted to work with you, I wanted to work with Josh, I wanted to work with Tyler. But then I saw what was forming, and I got scared of you three. Once Adrian like got out, like I was 100% with you. Like once he was gone, like I was like, okay, let's do this. And it came down to the final four. It was a 3-1 vote, and I'd be foolish to, not put myself here. Yeah, I was always genuine with you, and I wanted to work with you. I wanted to trust you. It was hard at times, but I genuinely feel like I wanted to.
I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
All right. Thank you, Zoe. That is the end of our jury questions. Final three, you have done everything that you can to this point. It is now in the jury's hands. We will start our voting process. Sam, you're up. Let's claim a winner.
Goodbye.
They may not have respected me as much, but damn it, they forced me to respect their game. You've earned this. I was so cool for a second.
Good job, buddy.
It's fun working with you, Aubrey.
I don't have anything to say. Aubrey deserves this more than anyone else who's up there, so yeah.
Alright, for the last time this season, I will go tally the votes. Alright, my live studio audience, how are we feeling tonight? Alright. For the last time this season, I will tally the votes, our final three. You want to see your name on this paper. Without further ado, let's break the tension and claim our winner. First vote, Luke. 1 vote, Luke. Aubrey. 1 vote, Luke. 1 vote, Aubrey. Luke. Luke, that's 3 votes Luke, 1 vote Aubrey. Aubrey, that's 2 votes Aubrey. Aubrey, we're tied. 3 votes Luke, 3 votes Aubrey. Luke, 4 votes Luke. The winner of Survivor Grand Rapids, Bad Blood, Luke, congratulations. Great game.
Congratulations.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
After 3 days and one of the hardest seasons ever, we have claimed our winner. Congratulations to Luke. The legacy continues for Survivor Dearborn and Survivor Grand Rapids. Stay tuned for what we have in store next. Thank you for tuning in this season, and as always, have a good night. Thanks, everybody.
I'm so glad you put the vote on me. You deserve it so much more. You deserve it so much more. Seriously though, good job. Good job. Good job recording, girl.
It's a video.